Hi everyone, it's Heather with Reflecting Inward Life Coaching, and we are on our third video for Dr. Aldo Pucci's 26 Mental Mistakes. Today's video, we are talking about our mental filter. So the 26 mental mistakes are the unconscious uh, insecurities that we have that are making decisions for us and keeping us from reaching our full potential. So today's mental filter we're going to cover so that we can see how maybe this is keeping us from reaching our full potential. All right, so these come from Dr. Aldo Pucci's Feel the Way You Want to Feel No Matter What. Okay, so the mental filter, this is so fitting that it comes right after the video on overgeneralization, which we talked about how overgeneralization leads to stereotyping, bias, discrimination, prejudice, and so forth. And we also talked about how our experiences create kind of little categories or boxes to fit information into in our brain. This is just how humans function. They categorize things to make sense of the world around them. We categorize things to make sense of the world around us. And when we do so, it requires judgment. We have to judge whether or not this is a good or a bad thing, whether that's right or wrong. Do we have to exercise caution or are we safe? That requires a judgment. And then we put things into categories, and this leads to assumptions. Now, whenever we encounter something similar, we find out which box that is in, we go to it, and we have a whole list of assumptions based upon our past experience, or maybe just stories told to us by others that have created a kind of it's not an experience that we've had, but an artificial experience with their own assumptions. So, for example, if we are using our mental filter, we may hear a part of a story and then fill in gaps according to our own experiences and expectations, that category, that box we've put information into. We see things the way we want to see them, to feel like we're in our safety zone of beliefs, even if those beliefs are negative or even hurt us. And we tend to have this belief that my opinions, beliefs, and experiences are right. And again, that goes back to our comfort zone based upon our experiences, and those experiences are within those categories of judgment. All right, so let's go through a quick example. And again, many of these examples are meant for students. So there may be a long-term unconscious belief created by our insecurities, perhaps going clear back to the root of our childhood trauma. That long-term belief may be something like, I'm stupid or I'm incapable. But then they get their report card and they get straight A's. But they say, I'm not smart enough to go to college. And their teacher or parent or someone might say, but you got straight A's. And they reply, yeah, but only really smart people go to college. And you might say, straight A's is really smart. You can't get higher than that. Do you see how we're using this past belief to kind of filter out the fact that we got straight A's and that those straight A's are what get people into college? Another example, I'm so in love, he's so perfect, but then he cheats on her. And her response is, oh, he's just going through a rough patch. He's so wonderful. You're filtering out the parts you don't want to see, perhaps because there's even more underlying insecurities that maybe you fear rejection. And if you break up, or if you break up with them because of this cheating, you won't have this person to rely on because you rely on them for your emotional support. You filter out the bad in order to stay in your comfort zone of acceptance in this particular case. All right, so overcoming our mental filter. Some of these things are, to overcome mental filter, are accept that my past experiences don't have to represent all of my future experiences. This gives flexibility for growth, for learning, for change, which all of us are capable of doing so. And if we are capable of changing in negative ways, we are surely capable of changing in positive ways. Also, acknowledge that my beliefs may not be accurate because none of us is all-knowing. And I have not had all of the experiences possible all possible experiences in the entire world. Only then can we say that our beliefs are 100% accurate all the time because we've had every experience of every single person and every single situation and every single physical place and every single time possible in eternity. Okay? So acknowledge that those beliefs may not be accurate. There may be more information out there, and it's worth kind of exploring, seeing what's out there. Next, use rational thinking techniques, also known as cognitive behavioral therapy techniques. First of all, acknowledge that there might be possible self-sabotage here, right? There may be fears that we have that are so much more comfortable just to accept than to overcome, to work through, to get out of our comfort zone to reach our goals. It's so much easier just to self-sabotage everything to keep us in our comfort zone. Also, look at the facts, especially those that contradict your initial belief. For example, I can't, I'm too stupid, or something like that. Review specific strengths and observations. So observations of how you actually perform in the world. For example, the report card, straight A's. That is actual evidence, and those are ways that we can observe the evidence to see what the truth is. Focus on the positive things, because very frequently those with a mental filter are focusing on just the negative, and that is their fear. Stay in the comfort zone. This is what you have to fear. And if you go outside this comfort zone, it may be even more scary. So focus on the positive things, because those positive things are likely going to give you the courage and strength to take one step outside of your comfort zone to explore. And then problem solve the negatives. So let's take a look at what focusing on the positive and problem solving the negatives looks like. So for example, a student may say, or you may think something similar to, I can't go to college. And someone they trust may say, or maybe this is the other voice in your head talking to you, tell me more. Well, I'm too stupid. What makes you think that? I'm just not cut out for college. Now notice they didn't actually answer. They just went back to another reason or excuse that just reconfirms over and over that they're not going to college. They're not actually answering the question. They're not thinking about their evidence. Okay, I'm just not cut out for college. That's not very good evidence. What is needed to be successful in college? I don't know. Now, chances are they don't know because they've never thought about it, because their beliefs have just consistently kept them believing that they can't, they can't, they can't, they can't. So why would you ever consider the ways you possibly can if you automatically believe you can't, right? Okay. So now the other voice in the head might be thinking like the devil's advocate or teacher thinking, saying, I needed determination, confidence, diligence, and to ask for help when I was struggling. It was hard sometimes, but I didn't give up. Let's look at the strengths you have that will help you. Okay, now notice they had, okay, well, I can see this is what I needed looking back. I'm here to help you see how your strengths, just like I listed my strengths, your strengths can help you. If this helped me get through it, this will help you get through it. This is creating positive possibilities, right? So for those of you who have not already been introduced to via character strengths, values, and action, character strengths, I highly recommend that you go to the assessment and take the assessment yourself. This may not just be for you, it may be for helping someone else in your life. Maybe when you find the value of it, you can say, this is a really cool assessment. And I recommend that you take it because it really helps provide clarity and truth. So there are 6 main categories with the VIA character strengths. They are wisdom, courage, transcendence, justice, temperance, and humanity. And let me just give you a quick example for this past experience, this past example that I shared with you. So let's say that was a teacher talking to a student, and the teacher says, let's do the VIA character strengths assessment together. Let's sit down and you take this assessment and we'll talk about it. And let's say that the results come in and they're all in order, and let's say the top 5 are creativity, perseverance, humor, teamwork, and kindness. Let's say those are the top five. Well, then you go through them and say, okay, well, how is creativity used in academic success? Okay, well, I had a lot of teamwork when I was in college, so you can expect to be working on a lot of teams, on doing projects. Creativity is commonly used in projects. Perseverance, you need to have perseverance to keep pushing forward. Humor, sometimes when we take life too seriously, we need to laugh. We need to kind of take things a little more lightly, make a little humor out of things in order to persevere. And again, teamwork. Well, you work in teams a lot for projects, so that's one of your strengths. Great. And kindness. Sometimes we need to have a lot more kindness for ourselves and for others that we're around. And when you go to college, you'll find a whole new group of people that you've never met before. And that kindness can help you build strong relationships that can give you the social and emotional support when you might be struggling in college. So breaking these down and actually looking at strengths can help yourself, they can help others to see how possible it is to achieve. These strengths are determined by you because you took the assessment. So what better way to challenge your unconscious beliefs and the lies that are keeping you from achieving than to bring those results that you gave straight up and say, but is that, are the words that I'm speaking true? Because I gave answers that told me that my strengths were creativity, perseverance, humor, teamwork, and kindness. And I can no longer say this because my strengths tell me that it's a lie. And when you acknowledge that it's a lie, you no longer have to say that anymore. That does no longer have to keep you from reaching your full potential. So I will put the link for the assessment, the VIA Character Strengths Assessment, in the description. So feel free to go to that assessment and take it. If you want more personality or character strength assessments, you can go to reflectinginward.org and self-discovery, and there's a whole list of different assessments you can take that kind of show you a picture of who you are from various angles. So you can kind of attack those limiting beliefs and those lies from a variety of angles. And as always, if you have any questions about any of our videos, especially this one that we have done on mental filters, send me a message, email me, ask me your questions, and if desired, schedule an appointment so we can work through some of the challenges that you're having and help you reach your full potential. Okay? I love you. You are limitless in your abilities, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.